want to hear from the member for Hunter.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Treasurer. How is the Albanese Labor government providing cost-of-living relief for Australians in need, and what are the obstacles to this being delivered?
Call to the Treasurer.
Mr Speaker, it's an honour to serve with the member for Hunter, and I thank him for his question. Inflation's easing in our economy in welcome ways, but we know that Australians are still under substantial pressure. More jobs have been created in our first year than under any other new government, but we know that there's a lot of global economic uncertainty, and that, combined with higher interest rates, is slowing our economy here at home. And we saw that in the retail figures out today, which were very soft. Now, in this environment, Mr Speaker, the government's #1 priority is rolling out billions of dollars of help with the cost of living. And that assistance is being delivered in ways that addresses the most pressing parts of our inflation challenge and in targeted ways that makes the job of the Independent Reserve Bank easier, not harder. Now, we're doing that at the same time as we're delivering the first budget surplus in 15 years and investing in supply-side issues which were ignored for a wasted decade. Now, Mr Speaker, you would think that those people in this place who come in here and ask questions about people doing it tough would actually put their hand up to help people who are doing it tough. But sadly, Mr Speaker, that hasn't been the case, and I want to give the House a few examples. When 5 million Australians needed them to vote for some help with their electricity bills, they voted for even higher electricity bills instead. When Australians needed them to vote for price caps on gas and coal, they voted for even higher energy prices instead. When vulnerable and homeless people needed them to vote for more social and affordable housing, they voted for fewer homes instead. When 6 million Australians with chronic conditions need cheaper medicines, those opposite say they'll vote for medicines to be more expensive instead. And as the minister said a moment ago, when the workers of Middle Australia needed us to get wages moving again, those opposite voted for even more wage stagnation in our economy. The Shadow Minister the other day, Mr Speaker, even said they'd block an increase to working-age income support payments until the opposition leader humiliated him a few hours later. Mr Speaker, my point is this. At every turn they vote to make things worse. They've got a lot of nerve, Mr Speaker. If they cared about the cost of living, they would vote to help people with their cost of living. This opposition leader wants the voice to go down and prices to go up, and for the same cynical, political, negative reasons. He's more interested in driving a wedge between Australians than driving down inflation in our economy.
Pause. Take a seat for a moment so I can hear from the Manager of Opposition Business.
On relevance, the question was about how the government is delivering cost of living relief and what are the obstacles to this being delivered. And this Treasurer has been straying to areas that are well outside the terms of that. He is a serial offender.
Order. Members on my right. The Treasurer is outlining obstacles. I'll just make sure the obstacles are related to the question, and he has the call.
Thanks, Mr Speaker. Those opposite would rather fight Labor than fight inflation. Inflation is moderating, but the Liberals and Nationals aren't. The party of robo-debt has learnt nothing from a decade of failure, and that stench will remain even after the member for Cook leaves us.